Here we are, starting at the Ding Darling Cottage. This is where Ding Darling stayed before he built his stilt house. He was a guest here year in and year out, and then for him to do his creative work where he did his sketching and his drawings, he would use the Ding Darling studio, which is adjacent to this cottage. I think they enjoyed not just the cottage and the property, but all of the guests that come here.
It's really not that hard to get Tony Lapi talking about the history of Captiva's Tween Waters Inn and Marina, whether it's on a video project like this one for the Captiva Island Historical Society, or when it's in a personal conversation with one of his guests.
The windows here that you see over here were all up high. They were shorter windows, but they were all up high, so he could be working, sketching, doing whatever he wanted, and not be distracted by looking outside.
That's part of his story, right? That's part of his connection when he works with the guests and talks with them, to be able to tell the story of these historic cottages, of Ding Darling and his time there on that property.
Tony's current title is Chairman of the Board of Sanibel Captiva Beach Resorts, the parent company of Tween Waters. But over the years, he's worn many hats at this historic resort. After college at Syracuse University, where he played on the lacrosse team and earned a degree in bacteriology, Tony served in the Army Reserve, started a small landscaping business in his hometown, and even taught science for a while. When he was 29 and trying to decide what to do next, a neighbor from his hometown of Rochester, New York, presented him with an opportunity. Attorney and entrepreneur Lloyd Wright had been building condominiums on Sanibel, but wanted to switch to the buy and hold hospitality business by purchasing Tween Waters. With absolutely no background in the hospitality industry, Tony decided to give it a try. He sold everything he owned at the time and invested the money with Wright to form a company called Rochester Resorts. They purchased the inn with other shareholders in October of 1976. While charming, rustic, and generally well regarded by visitors, Tween Waters was much in need of repair and renovation. So Tony went to work updating and expanding the facility, but not just as a manager and part owner. He quickly developed a reputation for getting his hands dirty, meaning he would take on any job that was required to maintain or improve the resort. Over the past 50 years, that would include cleaning the floors, commandeering the occasional tractor to assist in construction work or tree trimming chores, and even filling in for the chef from time to time.
We would do an Italian buffet, which we sort of said, we got to do this. This is early on when my chef was only working 6 days a week. We would actually shut the restaurant down. But after we built the 74 units, this is back 78, 79, we said, well, we can't close, in season. We got to keep open 7 days a week. But I didn't have enough money to hire anybody else. So I told the chef, you take the day off and my wife and I'll do it. So we put on an Italian buffet that was amazing. I mean, it was like somebody was eating in our home.
Even after he became CEO in 2000 following the death of Lloyd Wright, Tony continued to pitch in wherever necessary.
Tony was in the trenches with all the rest of us. He had his hands dirty with the rest of us. He's a hardworking, honest man.
Tony is incredible to work for because he would not ask you to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. In fact, there's things he would do that I wouldn't do. I mean, he set the example, and that's who I liked working for.
I see Tony Lapi on his Kubota tractor with a cigar in his mouth working with the crew. And if you pulled up to Tween Waters and you saw him in that position, you would have no idea that he had any ownership in Tween Waters, because he's out getting dirty and sweating. And that's why I've always liked Tony.
His hands-on approach is also very evident in the broader community, where he has generously given his time and resources to countless nonprofit agencies. In fact, he has been the recipient of numerous awards and accolades, like the Junior Achievement Business Person of the Year.
It's more than that with Tony. I mean, he's been the chair of United Way. He's been on United Way's board for over 20 years. He's involved with the Charitable Foundation of the Islands. You know, he was involved in the Sanibel Historic Village and supporting that when it was created. I mean, he is, you know, truly a champion for the community, for Sanibel and Captiva.
Captiva, there's like 4 associations that have their own sewage treatment plants. And so I got to share information and kind of work with him and know him in a different way than the restaurant and lodging facility, you know. And he was always very pleasant to help you or to share his knowledge.
I met Tony Lapi when he and I were both on the board at the Sanibel Community House. And I will say, I think he did almost as much for Sanibel as he did for Captiva. He was very inventive ways to make money funding for the community house, because of course it's not part of the city. It's a private 501c3.
Tony has been such a leader in the tourism industry. I mean, locally, state level, national level, he's always been really involved. He's on our Tourist Development Council, has been for about 20 years, maybe a little more than 20 years. First as an ex officio member in his role when he was the chairman of Visit Florida, and then now as a voting member.
In 2023, Tony was honored by Visit Florida by being inducted into the state's Tourism Hall of Fame.
There are only a few people with an affiliation to Lee County that have been in the Tourism Hall of Fame, and Tony is the only current resident that's in the Tourism Hall of Fame for the state of Florida. I think that's a pretty big statement on who he is for the tourism industry in Florida.
Tony has seen financial success at Tween Waters while simultaneously maintaining and celebrating the inn's unique history. In 2011, the inn was listed on the National Register of Historic Places and named a Florida Heritage Site. In 2025, Tony decided to tell us more of his personal story of his 50-year journey on Captiva by publishing a book called Tales of an Island Innkeeper. And he generously donated proceeds from the book to the Captiva Island Historical Society.
You know, the longer I had the property, the longer I realized we're not really owners, we're stewards of the property. And basically I think my association with the Captiva Island Historical Society is some of the thing that spurred a little bit of interest in wanting me to do this book.
Along the way, Tony's journey has touched in a very positive way many employees, friends, visitors, and business associates.
I moved to Sanibel in 1976 when we opened the Mucky Duck, and I met Tony Lapi a few years after that, and he was just taking what was Tween Waters Inn at the time and just building it up to becoming what it is today. Tony Lapi is the most wonderful, caring person who remembers your name, who's there to help you in a moment's notice if you need something.
Tony is an individual, just always a gentleman, just first-class guy. But I just enjoyed so many wonderful times at Tween Waters, so many memories, all our children's weddings, we stayed there in the cottages.
I remember when I moved to the island and I met Tony. I remember, and I still think to this day, that Tony is always friendly to you. Every time you see him, he takes the time to come up to you, say hello, and his hellos are always very warm and heartfelt.
I met Tony shortly after he got here. I lived on Captiva for a very long time, and I was connected with Tony very early on. And Tony made everything at Tween Waters as good as it could be. Tony is absolutely irreplaceable when it comes to Tween Waters.
I started working at Tween Waters at, I believe, 12 years old. Rolling silverware at the Canoe and Kayak on like New Year's Eve, and that turned into a little part-time job. Tony and Angie took our whole family, and my sister worked there for a long time at different places, the marina and up at the breakfast area at the old Captiva house.
And he is always with this big smile. He's out front. He cares a lot about his guests and the people, and he created an environment over there that was welcoming to the guests and the locals, which I think is really important.
Congratulations, Tony, as a fellow native islander who truly and passionately believes that we need to protect this island's heritage and the memories and the history that are here. I thank you for what you've done in helping preserve that, and we are so excited for you for getting this award.
Tony, I want to wish you congratulations on your Guardian of History Award. Certainly no one is a better guardian of the history of Captiva than you've been, and I'm really grateful for you and happy for you. Enjoy this accolade.
Tony, I want to congratulate you on receiving the Guardian of History Award. Actually, you are our history, and congratulations.
Congratulations, Tony, on this great honor. I'm surprised. I thought you already had it because you are Captiva Island, and I am so happy that you are getting this award. God bless you, Tony.
Tony Lapi, you're a wonderful person. You've been on Captiva for so many years, and what you've gone through to help make Tween Waters what it is today, and what you've done with Captiva Island and the United Way, you deserve this recognition tonight, and I congratulate you, and I thank you for letting me be one of your friends also, but congratulations, Tony Lapi.
Congratulations, Tony, on your award. I can't think of anybody better or that would deserve this more than you do, and thank you for everything that you've done for Captiva and the people around you.
Congratulations, Tony, on a great job. What you've done for Tween Waters and Captiva is just irreplaceable. You were the best there was, and we will forever remember you. Great job, Tony.
Congratulations, Tony. Well-deserved, wonderful legacy you've left on the island. So many wonderful family memories you created at Tween Waters. Thank you.
Tony, congratulations on winning this award. I don't know anybody that's more deserving of it than you. You know how I feel about you, Tony. You've been my guy for 50 years, Tony, and I love you like a brother.
Tony, it's been my honor working with you all these years. And thank you for what you've given me. You are one of the best people I know. And congratulations.